Welcome back, you creative writers. You found yourself in another daily writing motivation stream. Day 346, episode 244 of Kaufman Writes. Today, we're going to just do some casual writing shenanigans. Let's make sure that we try to get some progress on our story. Feel free to come join along. I'm going to be doing a free write and throwing up some music, so that way we can try to make some progress together. Or you can always chill in the chat. I would love to know, how's your writing coming along? How is the progress? Hopefully, whether you're writing, brainstorming, or editing, that you're making some progress with your writing. Hey, what's up, chat soul? Glad to see that you're making some progress, some good work, getting editing done on Shifting Flame. So awesome. For those of you who don't know, Chat Soul launched the first book of their series earlier this year and is now working on the second book of their series. So very, very cool, Chat Soul. I'm so happy that you're actually able to make some progress. I know we were a little distracted over the month of November with a certain Hermes the cat. So glad we're both able to get back to our core story, all that fun stuff. All right. Thanks for stopping by, my friends. By the way, I'm Kaufman. I'm on this mission to help the writers of the world with the writing process. Let's just make writing more accessible. Let's make it easier so that way we can all finish writing our first book, our first series, get it published, and do it as a community. So come join us because we're starting right now. All right, my friends. So as you can see, I have my stuff thrown up here. This is my table of contents. So for those of you who don't know, I like to do a chapter by chapter approach. I'm currently in my second draft. When I am going through my draft, to make it easier and break it down so that way I don't chance getting overwhelmed. I know I have all these things that I need to accomplish in a second draft, which I've listed out, I've done in previous videos. So that I don't get overwhelmed, I approach it chapter by chapter with my characters, my summary of the chapter, of like refreshing myself on what happens. And then I have my second draft goals. So I just got to chapter 9, and I know I have 3 character things, right? So I've introduced a new character, which is the hand, which is like a Addams Family type hand, which is funny. I have to touch up on a plot point. So I have some character development, because I always like to break it down into the elements of creative writing. So I have some character development. And then I have to touch up on the search for Mr. Crow, which is plot. And then foreshadowing. So foreshadowing is a little bit of, you could say foreshadowing is generally like a mix of structure, maybe, because you could technically be foreshadowing a plot. You can be foreshadowing a character element. You could be foreshadowing something that's going to happen in the world. So foreshadowing can really touch on any story element. So we'll just leave foreshadowing as its own thing. So these are my 3 focuses on this chapter. As you can see, each chapter I have goals, and that helps me stay focused without being like, oh, wow, 1,000 chapters, way too much. And that's how I'm able to stay on top of it and never get sidetracked when I'm working on Scarecrow. Awesome. So I'm just going to throw that up on a different screen. As you can see, I got my stuff up over here. Excellent. I have this brief little area, which is my map. And I want to say I'm at the beginning of this chapter. Awesome. By the way, what's up, Mass Toaster? Welcome. Long time no see, my friend. We really had some fun working on Hermes the cat together. I didn't get to go back and review it yet since we had finished working on it, but I know that we plan on finish writing the last chapters of it at some point. I think we have 3 more chapters that need to write, Mast. But I did really like what we had seen with Ginger Cat, by the way. And if I want to make sure to get the chance to tell you that. Hey, what's up, Mary? Fixing chapter 9 and trying to figure out chapter 10. That's always the fun part, right? So once we fix something, and then it's like, well, all right, what happens next in the story? What happens next? I think that's both the fun part and the exciting part, because then you're like, okay, well, what's the overall plot of the story that I'm trying to tell? And then what's the next thing that you could do? I know there were times where I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and there were times where I had to try new things. And one of my trying new things ended up with me putting a dragon on it. Quite literally. All right, so I'm going to throw up some music. Feel free to come join me in getting some work done. If you have a comment or a question, drop it in the comments, and I'll come join you in the comments. All right, just doing a quick break. I feel like I was making some really good progress in Scarecrow. I had introduced a new character a couple chapters ago, and I'm very happy with how the character is kind of played out. We have this hand, this Addams Family type hand character, which has quite the personality, and I think it actually does work at this part of the story. We've now introduced Quilt, so now I have Scarecrow. So Scarecrow's traveling through this basically destroyed remnants of a once city with a hand, known Hand, and now they've come across Quilt, of which Hand and Quilt seem to know each other as they are continuing on to find Mr. Crow and hopefully get to the Tin Wizard. So they are traveling through this town. We're going to see what happens next. I think since I've introduced Hand, I think it does work as a nice balance. I'm going to have to make sure when I go back and reread this part of the story that it doesn't feel too cluttered with characters now that I've introduced the Hand character. I'm like going back and forth, but I think I do like the balance of it. And there is a reason that I've introduced the Hand character, since Quill is a voiceless character. And of the body parts that we've been introduced to so far, we had another foot who went ahead to the tower, and then the second foot they came across, which basically became a monstrosity, and it became an obstacle which Scarecrow and them had to fight. So I think it did work out. I'm kind of like thinking through on how it came. So I'm very happy now that I'm having fun with Scarecrow again. But Jenny, that was a great question. You're like, how's it feel getting back into Scarecrow? Wonderful. I'm very happy to be back in the world of Scarecrow. I missed Scarecrow a lot, let me tell you. So, and the rhythm, ever since I started back on Scarecrow, I want to say last week, I would say my rhythm's been pretty on point in terms of being able to make progress with it. But you're like, I'm at work currently. I have a meeting with my friend partner tonight. We sent our romance draft for our first book out to beta readers. So excited. That's very, very awesome, my friend. Especially when you first get it out to start getting feedback from others. Good luck with it. Hopefully you're able to get some feedback that's going to help you guys improve it and really get it to that next level. Good luck. And especially since it sounds like you wrote your romance story with a friend, that's probably made the writing process so much more easier. So very, very, very awesome, Jenny. Mary, like, you made a rough map, so at least I have some idea where my characters are heading. Like, that's a huge plus. Right, especially for fantasy worlds, and we're trying to figure out, like, all right, the characters are here, and now we have these towns, and they need to get from point A to point B. That's a huge win, Mary. That's awesome. Up to chapter 10 and 11,480 words. Congrats. You're making some great progress as well, Mary. You've really been on a roll. I'm really, really eager to see what obstacles you're going to be throwing at your characters next. Yeah, with Jasper, Danessa, and Mole. I'm very eager to see what types of obstacles you throw at them. You know, I love fantasy. I welcome, Sarah. Yes, thank you for the well wishes. Starting to feel a little better. I still feel a little under the weather, little lack of energy, but overall, I feel back in good spirits and trying to catch up on work and all the stuff that I have to do. Thanks for asking, my friend. I hope everything's going well with you. So you're like, I've gone through a couple chapters, doing a few minor edits, but now I must go. Good. Good luck with your working, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, Soul. Glad you're able to get a little bit of work done yourself, my friend. You're like, Sarah, you're like, I've had a busy day adding several pages to a story I was stuck on, but reading my writing magazine, gave me ideas on how to finish it. I wrote for 3 hours on it, which is a big achievement for me. Congrats. That is such a huge win, especially when sometimes if we struggle with like sitting down and getting in like a full sprint, but it sounds like you just got really wrapped up in the writing, which is such a great feeling to have. So you should definitely feel really accomplished over that, Sarah. That's really awesome to hear. I think that's also a really good takeaway for like the next time you might be like struggling or might not be able to like get into the writing mindset. I think then clearly something with reading that magazine that was like a source of inspiration. So I think using that idea or that technique in future times, if you're ever struggling with writing, could be very beneficial. Hey, what's up, Neil? Welcome, my friend. Hope the writing is treating you well. I know you're, yeah, very, very cool. Definitely looking forward to checking out your work, my friend. And by the way, speaking of checking out work, for those of you guys who are not subscribed already, this coming Sunday is the next critique group. So this is our second critique group for our YouTube channel members. It is, once again, I'm testing out the critique group format for the first couple months. Essentially, a bunch of the writers who are the YouTube channel members, we're all getting together for a critique group. It's going to be this Sunday at, what time did I set it? I believe I set it at, let's say it was like 4 p.m. I was like, I have to check what time I set it at. So it's going to be this Sunday at, let me pull up the time. All right. Yeah. So it'll be this Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be our next WriteNow channel members critique group. Essentially, you can show up, read your story aloud to the other members of the group and myself, and you'll be able to get feedback from different writers. It's really, really cool. We had our first critique group back in November, and everyone shared that they got a lot of value out of it. So it'll be a couple hours. We'll make sure that everybody's able to get the value that they need out of it. It's this Sunday, and usually critique groups for this type of value cost way, way more. Right now, while it's still in the trial period, it's only $4.99 to join as a YouTube channel member. If you want to join as a channel member, down below the YouTube video, you just click on the join button, and that will take you through the process. So definitely join us. Or you can go into the YouTube description and click on go to the WriteNow YouTube channel. You can also click join as well, but definitely highly recommend. Wanted to shout that out since that is our big upcoming thing for this Sunday. So definitely come join us, my friends. It was a very great critique group last month. Mary, like, hint, Jasper's injury is worse than it seems. Oh no. Ooh, the plot thickens. Well, that actually sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like that's going to be quite some good obstacles that you're throwing our way, Mary. And Jen, you're like, thank you. Yay, got smiley. See you later, Soul. Glad you're feeling better, Cough. Can't wait for the next critique group. Yes, Jenny, glad to have you with us. I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's stories again, actually, for this Sunday. I think what was really cool was everybody had a different genre that they were coming with. And we kind of got to experience different genres, but everybody was still able to give like some incredible feedback. So it was really, really cool. All right, awesome. So with that being said, I'm going to hop back into writing for just a little bit longer. I want to make a little bit more progress with Scarecrow, but once again, come join me. Let's see if we can make any more progress. All right, my friends. I feel like I was able to get some pretty solid work done that time. I think I did just under 1,000. I got just under 1,000 words on my end. So I feel like I'm made pretty good progress. I'm of course like I'm looking at the overall theme because I need to be cutting words in this part of the story. I'm like adding words. I'm like, great. But it's like all necessary stuff because I know this part of the story or where I'm really concerned, like act one of this of Scarecrow did really need to be fleshed out. So I'm very happy with what's coming into it, which leads me to believe that I'm going to probably have to cut most likely from Act Two if I want to cut out 20,000 words, which leads me to believe I'm probably gonna have to think through which chapters or which sections probably just aren't necessary. Um, yeah, I'm brainstorming, but that more and more to come on the back end. So glad I was able to make some progress on my end. And yeah, hey, what's up, Tiara? I saw you hopped in just a little bit. And Samuel, welcome, welcome, my friends. Glad you guys were able to hop in. You kind of caught us near the end of some of our writing sprints today. Hope you guys were able to get some good work. For those of you who want to come join us in the Discord if you want to keep the conversation going. You want to keep getting some writing in over at the WriteNow Discord. The Discord invite is down in the YouTube description. You should definitely come join us. That's where all of our writers hang out. For creative writing on the morrow, I'll be back tomorrow with another daily writing sprint. Today, what's that? 344 consecutive writing streams and counting. Tomorrow, I will be back at, good question. I want to say 2 p.m. Pacific, 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m. Eastern. So we'll have some fun. We'll get more writing in. I'll be able to, maybe I'll finish this chapter with Scarecrow. I'm like getting closer to the end of Act 1. I'm looking at my outline. I think I have break into Act 2. Yeah, so I have so next chapter is the end of Act 1. So I got about a chapter and a half till I get through Act 1. So come join us tomorrow and we'll get some more writing in. And if you enjoyed the stream, tap that like button on your way out. Help us show the algorithms that writing streams are cool. All right, my friends, thanks for joining us today. But unfortunately, that brings us to the end of the stream. Don't forget, words are wind, but stories are forever. I'm Kaufman, and I'll catch you on the morrow. Stay creative, writers.